Quickly, before we get into that, could you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you tickle Tum Tum?
Yeah, of course. Alright.
Okay, there we go.
Hey, Will here with Piss Sleeves Gang Yugioh. So, I played Dragon Link today. Very good, very versatile deck, very powerful, very fair. Alright, so we're starting with 3 Black Metal Dragon. The search is Red MD. We also play 3 Safer to search the Baby Dragons. And we also play 3 Tracer because this is what the deck does. And that's it for normal summons. All of the rest of the starters in the deck are also extenders, so very, very good. Now we also play 3 Noctivision Dragon. This helps you chain block, just like the Baby Dragons do. And it's also, it's a little bit bigger, it has a booty on it. I wouldn't want to sit on it.
What's the defense?
3,000. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 28, but close
28.
enough.
28. Close enough. That's thick.
Yes. Red MD is Red MD.
Red MD.
Yeah, it doesn't require much of an introduction. These 2 are both very good, like Noctivision, they help you chain block. And Absurrouter is technically an extender, but you're mostly just dumping it to the grave to search Tracer, because again, Tracer is the heart and soul of the deck, just like LP. Banlist incoming. Next up we have Foolish and Dragon Shrines to dump this to get your Tracer. I also play Supreme King Dragon Darkworm for these, which you'll see later on to get a free extender. I am also playing 2 World Legacy Guard Dragon. This should be at 3, however, I didn't have a 3rd one today, so I took another tech instead, which you'll see later. But this is a very, very good extender because it turns your like 3 monster board, one of which being a dragon, into full combo because you're allowed to move your LP around, which is very, very rare. It can also add baby dragons to hand, which is also super cool, so we can play those again. 1 for 1 gets Black Metal out of your deck and is a free extender as well. Can also get Brotor to get Levy in here. Monster Reborn gets everything. Everybody's playing hand traps as well, so it's usually just a free tuner as well. I play 4 emergency teleports. 3 are a little bit better. This one just gets a tuner, because I play Gamma, and this one just gets the best card in the game. And then I play 3 Chaos Space, a very broken starter, even more broken extender because it can search Levianeer as well. Dragon Ravine is the alternate search target for Romulus. Sometimes you need it to use a tuner and a non-tuner to do full combo. You'll need this. Boot Sector Launch, I just play the 1. It allows any rocket in your hand to become an extender and also lets you push through a lot of stuff going second because it has the secondary effect to reborn rockets. Living Fossil is part of the combo, and it's searchable by Vylon Cube, and it allows you to essentially make any 2 dragons into the full board. I play 3 Phantasme, because I like drawing into the rest of my hand traps. It's also a free dragon, and it also negates Dogmatic Punishment, so very good card. And I play 1 Nibiru. Now, so the reason for this one is when you get stopped on Hieratic Seal, if you've got one of the more weird hands, you can oftentimes summon a Brotor from deck, and you can target their Nibiru and get one of your own. And that's literally the only reason I'm playing the 1. I couldn't think of anything else either, so sometimes you can search this with Brotor and Nibiru them back so you don't die. I play 3 Gamma. Driver's later. Driver comes up in the brick section of the deck, so for now it's just, 3 Gamma. I play 3 Ash. This stops a lot of important stuff. It's not the strongest hand trap, but it's the most versatile, for sure, and very necessary as well in this format with Dogmaticas. I main deck 3 Lancia because our locals is crawling with stuff it's good against, so that was just a call I made. It's also a light monster which has synergy with the deck since you can discard it off anything and banish it for stuff. So yeah, it's also good against the Infernoble. It's good against just warrior combo decks like Gopis. Pretty good in the mirror too. So
yeah, was that the main there?
Yeah.
Okay,
we're still in the main deck.
Oh, we're still in the main deck. deck?
Yep.
Okay,
60
wow.
cards.
60.
I play 3 Cosmic Cyclo main deck as well because everybody's playing Mystic Mine for some reason. Pretty unfun card in my opinion, so
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll take this out when people start being men. And I play 1 Called by the Grave. So this is supposed to be the third world Legacy Guard Dragon. However, imagine drawing 1 Called by the Grave in 60 cards. That's hilarious. So Levianeer is another one of the best cards in the deck. Very, very powerful. You use it almost every game. Very searchable in the deck as well. Recurable with Safer too. So absolute unit of a card right here.
Okay, I just want to hold on one sec. I just want to. That was beautiful.
Alright, great. Now we're in the brick section. You don't want to draw any of these cards really, but if you do, it's not the worst because you're playing the best deck. So I play 1 Rocket Synchron, Summonable off Tracer, and relevant because you sometimes need to use it to make Savage with weird hands. You also need the dragon to summon off of Hulk sometimes because it's a tuner. 1 Destruction Sword. This is part of the combo. It helps them not play the game. 1 Brotor is sort of an extender, but like not enough of the time for me to put it in that section. Still don't really want to see it, but still necessary to the combo. Phalanx, you use this to do your full combo as well. Recharger helps with your recursion, and it's what you're summoning off of Rocket Tracer to make Warlord Savage. And Vylon Cube, you summon this off of Hulk most of the time to get your Living Fossil or your Smoke Grenade, games 2 and 3. Dark Worm is only here to turn my sends into extenders. And it's still, of course, it's the case with most of these cards where if you draw them, you can still normal summon to make Striker Dragon, so they're still alright. And then the last 2 cards you actually just don't want to see, ever, is these 2, so this is just completely dead, and this is also usually completely dead. But part of the combo, need it to play the best hand trap, so necessary. And then lastly, we just have 1 Treeborn Frog. This is the 61st card in the deck, but it's more there for inspiration.
You just have it like over your like bed at night, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Rip Frog Boys. Rip Frog Boys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Is it maybe illegal to maybe play like 61 cards? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry.
Okay, and you went undefeated today?
Yeah.
Judge?
I did go undefeated.
Yeah. Tiebreakers are not fun.
However, ABC's won locals.
ABCs.
Okay, so we have 3 Striker Dragon in the extra deck. It helps you.
3.
Yeah, it helps you start the combo, and you need it turn 2 to add back Recharger and then keep playing and make your bigger plays. Some people play Apollosa, or some people play like Star Yugioh, but that's not correct. You need one of these to recur your plays next turn.
Okay.
If your board gets broken, which does happen. Also, you need 3 to play like multiple turns in a row as well when you get stopped. 1 Romulus, this makes the whole combo possible by doing the Divine Lance thing. Very good. 1 Hulk, 1 Link Cross, also part of the combo, which will be shown later. Sorry, I forgot. LP Pisty, it's a dragon deck, so you kind of need these. 1 Protector Whelp of Destruction Sword. Sorry, I didn't mean to put that so far down. You just need it to get rid of your LP and Pisty because they have the dragon restriction, and this happens to be a generic Link 2 dragon. And Hieratic Seal is part of your end board as well. It also helps you play around Nibiru because when it gets tributed, you summon a dragon from your deck. Union Carrier. Attaches Buster Whelp to Savage and makes your opponent not play the game, so pretty good card. Metal Marcher is part of the combo. You make this kind of early in the combo, so you can maybe stop stuff. Usually you're getting nibbed long before this comes out, but like, it's another layer, it's there. Borreload Savage is the last thing you usually make, other than Boral Sword, which you just use to kill your opponent. Okay, side deck, I play 3 Drolls, because it's good in the mirror, it's good against Dogmatica, good against a lot of stuff right now.
Yeah.
I play 2 more Nibirus, because seeing it is nice, so it's not just there for utility in the deck. Pankratops because it's good against Numerons and a lot of other control decks. One Kaiju because, my side deck theory wasn't perfect. It was just kind of to fill up the side ratio. I side out a certain number of cards, and based on the number of cards I side out, I need to put that many in my side deck to fill the slots, right? So this happened to just be one of the ones for like Dragoon decks or other combo decks. So it's a bit weird, but don't worry about it too much. Aether, this should be a smoke grenade of the Thief, but I don't have that, so the reason I'm playing this instead is because it helps you play around Dark Ruler no more, so when they Dark Ruler you, you're still allowed to activate Hieratic Seal to tribute itself, and then you can summon this from deck, and this card banishes a card when it gets summoned, so it's just another way to help you not lose to Dark Ruler. Speaking of, I play 3 of that. Very good against combo decks. 3 Twin, good against control decks, which our Locals is crawling with, and then 1 Reboot, again, good against control. Locals is crawling with them, and that's the deck. So for this combo, you need any 2 dragons. We'll do the most basic one, which is just starting with black metal and a handful of cards. So we'll just say you have like 4 more cards in hand. Okay, so you start by normal summoning this, and you link it for a Striker Dragon, and then you use both of these effects. And you search your Boot Sector and your Red MD, and then you banish this to summon your Red MD, and then you use Red MD effect on this to revive it, and you make Romulus. And you use this as well. This is where usually you're getting stopped, so it's very nice to have those extenders which help you chain block. And then you use Divine Lance to equip something. So you equip Phalanx, and then you use Phalanx to summon itself. And then you'll make Link Cross here. And you'll use it to summon 2 tokens, both level 1, and then you'll synchro. To make Marshall. Should I be doing this upside down?
No, it's all good.
Okay, and then you'll use this effect to bring this back. And then you'll be using both of these to make Halki Fibrax. And here's where the Vylon Cube comes in handy, because if you have 1 more extender here, you're allowed to go for Smoke Grenade and loop your opponent for 1, which is just absolutely ridiculous. But otherwise, the standard combo is just using it to get, to actually search the other extender by making Herald. And when this is sent to the graveyard, for the Synchro Summon of a light monster, you search the equip spell. So, we're searching Living Fossil. Now you're going to use this to make LP. And you're going to activate the Living Fossil to revive the Phalanx, usually. It depends on what you have engraved. Sometimes it's better to go for something else so that you actually get it banished so you can bring it back with Pissy later, but this is the standard way. If you open nothing else, you make Striker Dragon, then you'll use LP here. And you'll summon your Brotor, and you use your Brotor to pitch any of the random cards. If it's a monster, it's going to have to get banished, but that's usually not a problem. And then you're searching out your Tracer. And these 2 are making the Whelp. And you're using this to make Pisty. And then here's where you Pisty effect, and you can bring back either the banished ones or anything in your grave, doesn't really matter. I like to go for this because it's another Darkened Grave. And then you use these
3 Striker Dragons.
For the Hieratic Seal. And these for Union Carrier. Now here's where you go Boot Sector, Summon Tracer, Tracer. If you have any other card you can pop, it's better to leave this up, but and let's say you have nothing else, then you're allowed to pop this and summon the Recharger. And then you take both of these and make Striker Dragon, or sorry, Warlord Savage. And then you're getting back the Halki Fibrax here, and then you're using Union Carrier to target this. to get Destruction Sword. So that's the full board. It's not the most oppressive, however, it's usually enough to win the game 1.
Yeah, but you also still have 3 cards in hand.
Yep.
And you have still Block Out and Heretic Seal, and then like 2 negates.
2 negates. Yeah.
So if you have any of your other hand traps you were talking about.
Yeah, which I play, what was it, like at least 12 other points of interaction. So I play the 3 Cyclones, 3 Lancias, 3 Ash, 3 Gamma, 1 Nib, 3 Phantasme. So you have, these cards in hand could also be quite interactive. So
yeah.
You usually have a little bit more than this, but yeah, it's still a good combo.
And it's still very consistent from what it looks like.
Yeah, any 2 dragons does this, and then if you have any extender at all, going into games 2 and 3 where you're siding in the smoke grenade, you get to loop your opponent for 1 as well. And if you hard open a way to get to Tracer, then you get to search Levineer and loop a card as well. So I'd like to say, every Wednesday night, Ben McDowell and I have rough anal sex. That's the night that he gets to go on top. The only night he gets to go on top. So I'd let that be known.
Okay, because the other deck profiles we had to show who Will is. Because the other one he was talking so much about you. It was just,
yeah, of course. It must be because of all the rough anal sex.
Yeah. Thank you. Is there any shout outs? Maybe Piss Gang Sleeve? You know?
Yeah, of course. Piss Gang Sleeves, and shout out to Ben, of course, for what I mentioned earlier about the anal sex.